So it looks like the establishment is starting to get worried about Bernie Sanders' candidacy, okay? This is a article posted in Politico, which, if I'm not mistaken, does Bernie hit pieces from time to time. It's titled Democratic Insiders, Bernie Could Win the Nomination, says his resiliency in the primary has caught the attention of the party establishment. And so this is sort of an inevitability for them, because eventually, if the dude is consistently polling at number 2, you're going to have to talk about him. You're going to have to realize this dude actually has a chance, and he's a serious candidate, right? And so what they try to do is box him out, don't talk about him. Oh, that Bernie socialist crazy guy, he's got no chance, blah, 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 blah. And basically in this article, what they do is they are basically compiling quotes from various former Obama admin officials, corporate Democrats. So, for example, it says, quote, "It may have been inevitable that eventually you would have 2 candidates representing each side of the ideological divide in the party. A lot of smart people I've talked to lately think there's a very good chance those 2 end up being Biden and Sanders," said David Brock, a longtime Hillary Clinton ally who founded a pro-Clinton super PAC in the 2016 campaign. They've both proven to be very resilient. So, and I've been telling you guys this for the longest time. Every time I did an RCP breakdown video, I would tell you guys, Bernie Sanders is the most consistent candidate. Warren went from 4% up to 26% for one day, then dropped all the way down to 14%. There's no, Bernie has not done that. After Joe Biden jumped in the race, he has been the most consistent candidate, right? He really never leaves, between like 15 and 19. Okay, he's always kind of in between those numbers. Whereas Biden seems to kind of flip like every single day, like goes kind of a little crazy. But he's the one who's consistent. I'm trying to explain to you guys, this is a marathon, not a sprint. So what that means is, it's not like the person who wins Iowa and New Hampshire wins the election. Don't be fooled. And I want to let you guys know that David Brock is somebody who was a big-time Hillary Clinton surrogate, back in 2016. He was one who was very, very big at that. It says, quote, "I believe people should take him very seriously. He has a very good shot of winning Iowa, a very good shot of winning New Hampshire, and other than Joe Biden, the best shot of winning Nevada," said Dan Pfeiffer, who served as an advisor to former President Barack Obama. He could build a real head of steam heading into South Carolina in Super Tuesday. It says the durability of Sanders' candidacy has come as a surprise, even in some states where he performed strongly in 2016 and where he is attempting to improve his standing ahead of the 2020 election. So, it says California State Senator Scott Weiner, who defeated a Sanders-backed Democrat for a seat in the liberal-heavy San Francisco area in 2016, said Sanders has been, quote, "more resilient than I anticipated." But in retrospect, he added, he has a very loyal following, and people have really stuck with him. So they're really in shock right now that Bernie Sanders has, he's persevered, right? And he has continued to not go away, and he's a serious candidate who has been in the second spot, okay? And then it goes on to talk about he's second in the national polls, 9 points behind Biden, of course. And the thing about being down 9 points, guys, is that when you're down 9 points in these kinds of polls, and you know that the polls are underrepresenting young people, and it's overrepresenting old voters, that's how you know that, and in addition to that, I should add, Bernie's ground game is massive, okay? His ground game and grassroots campaign is massive. So really, you kind of look at that as like, oh, it's more like a 4 or 5 point deficit because of those things being included. So, that's what's going on. So this basically is just showing that, people are starting to take it seriously, right? They're starting to take it seriously. They're starting to be like, oh man, we've been covering some of this stuff. There were even some of, David Axelrod, who's part of the Obama administration, talking about how we never talk about Bernard's campaign. They're obviously doing it on purpose, of course. Shout out to Faiz Shakir, of course, Sanders' campaign manager as well. Does a very great job. And so, listen, man, if we can have the Bernie campaign do well in the southern states, it's a wrap. Bernie wins. If Bernie Sanders performs well with African American voters, he doesn't even have to win the vote. He just needs to be competitive. if he's in the race for it, he wins handily. Okay, he will win. Because really what happened in 16 was, outside of the whole media blackout and everything, right, being cheated by the DNC, it was really the southern states that really screwed him, because he got no votes in those southern states, so he got no delegates. So if he's able to reach out to African Americans, it's game over for anybody else in the race. It's totally game over. So that if he does well in the southern states, he's certainly going to do well in states like Colorado and Hawaii and Wisconsin and other states like this. Those are the guarantees, right? Iowa and Hampshire, he's going to do well in those states. The question is, how's he going to perform in Louisiana? How's he going to perform in Alabama and all these southern states, right? That's the question. So that's what's going on here. It looks like the establishment is starting to get a bit worried.